Methyl bromide is a colorless, odorless gas used in soil fumigation to control nematodes, weeds, insects, pathogens, and rodents. In 1996, the United States was the highest user of methyl bromide, with Florida and California being the largest consumers. Soil fumigation begins by covering the soil in a plastic tarpaulin to contain the methyl bromide. Injectors are put into the soil where liquid methyl bromide is quickly volatilized into a gas to kill pathogens and pests. Methyl bromide is a potent ozone depleter and human health hazard and is toxic to organisms. The ozone layer protects Earth from harmful UV radiation by absorbing UV rays from the sun. Ozone molecules are large enough to absorb the UV rays and lose an oxygen atom in the process. Methyl bromide is emitted from anthropogenic and natural sources. Bromine steals an oxygen from ozone, depleting ozone in the ozone layer and allowing UV rays to reach the surface.
In 1989, the Montreal Protocol was called into effect because of the knowledge of ozone depleters like CFCs. The Montreal Protocol was originally signed by 46 countries and is now signed by 193 countries. With research done later on the methyl bromide, it was discovered that it was also an ozone depleter and was added. The phase-out of methyl bromide from our agricultural production began. In correlation with the Montreal Protocol and using its authority with the Clean Air Act, the EPA was able to accelerate the process of phasing out methyl bromide. In 1993, there was a freeze that lasted for 5 years until 1998. By 1999 to 2000, the consumption was down by 25%, down by 50% in 2001 to 2002, 70% from 2003 to 2004, and 100% phased out by 2005, with 2 allowed exemptions under the Montreal Protocol. The first exemption being the quarantine and perishment exemption, to eliminate quarantine pests. And the second is the critical use exemption, designed for agricultural users with no technically or economically feasible alternatives.
What company do you own, and how are you affected by the phase-out of methyl bromide?
Hello, I'm Richard Rich. I'm the CEO of that chemical company. Since the phase-out of methyl bromide, we experienced a loss of profit margins and a decline in company stock. We had to lay off all our employees at the factories and sell off all its assets.
Hello everyone, I'm an environmental scientist at the University of Florida. We have to do a lot of research after the phase-out of methyl bromide. We have to find some alternatives for management of the soil-borne pests and pathogens that currently limit crop production. Luckily, the government, universities, and some environmental corporations have invested a great deal of money for our research. Now we are confident that we will continue to find effective alternatives that are safe for the environment.
I'm a farmer in the strawberry industry. Since the phase-out of methyl bromide, our crop yields and profits have decreased. It has been much more difficult to control pests, and the cost of alternatives has been really expensive.
Hello, I'm Leslie Sands, U.S. Ambassador to the UN. When it came to our attention that we are not only using ozone depleters, but we're the leading country, it was important that the U.S. signed and supported the Montreal Protocol to emit less and encourage others to as well. I'm pleased that methyl bromide has been phased out of agricultural production.